Alright guys, this is Prodigy Films, and today I'm just gonna kind of recap what has happened so far in my Prodigy GTA universe. Now I do want to make clear that this is the Grand Theft Auto side of the Prodigy universe. Hopefully soon I will get started on the actual Prodigy universe, which is actually gonna be a book series, but I'm not sure when I'm gonna get around to writing all that, because there's a lot of projects. Anyways, let's get this started. So, the first project was Ill-Gotten Gains, the first film of this universe. Now, I won't be going over the original version. I would be just going over the Ultimate Edition, because that's one that really is better and really counts. So, the beginning of the film shows Officer Rodriguez blowing up Lester's warehouse or factory, whatever it was, blowing up that. It just shows him blowing up that and him telling someone that he found them, that. And well, the scene cuts out from there. And yeah, what happens next is that Franklin, it's kind of like a flashback scene in a way, but Franklin he's trying to steal a car and gets in a high speed chase and whatnot. He's getting chased down by cops, and then after all that goes down, he just decides that he doesn't want to be in that life anymore, so he decides to go into stock marketing and try and become a businessman. And that pretty much sets up the film. Well, next scene shows Trevor. He's chasing down someone that Chef wanted to be taken care of. He chases him down, beats him up, and kills him. And then he goes back to Chef's house, or the lab. Sorry, he goes back to the lab. Talks to Chef. Chef says something about Sankudo, a job about Sankudo, and then drops Chang Jr.'s name, which is actually foreshadowing for a future film. But there's a lot of Easter eggs in the games. There's a lot of setting up and everything. Oh, and by the way, and I'll talk about that later. Okay, sorry about that. But then the next scene shows Michael. No, hold on. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The next scene shows Trevor going to that bar where that one girl said that, I don't know, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys would know what I'm talking about. But shows him going there, and she asks Trevor for his help, and then he goes out and attacks the Lost Boys trailer park. Why the fuck did I say that? Trevor goes and attacks the Lost MC's trailer park. That is what I meant to say. Sorry about that again. I'm sitting there trying to think up exactly what happened. It's been a while since I truly worked on that project, thought it all up. But yeah, and then the next shot shows Michael. He's having problems with his family again. He goes out and has a little rampage, gets in a police chase. Then Dave Norton calls him, asks him to meet him. Michael goes up there, and Dave asks Michael for help. Michael declines and leaves, and then the very last shot of that scene shows Dave saying that, fine, I'll do it myself. No, I think he says, no, fine, I'll find somebody else. Something like that. But you get the gist of it. And then the next shot shows Franklin come back from a business meeting. He goes over to Lamar's house, talks to him for a bit. Franklin buys Lamar food, takes him back home. Then he leaves, goes to pick up Jimmy, wants to hang out, goes to pick up Jimmy. Dave calls Franklin, asks for his help, and then Franklin agrees. Jimmy wants in. Franklin tells him he doesn't know about it, and then that's pretty much end that phone call. And then Franklin and Jimmy go to the bar, just hang out. And then next scene shows I remember how it starts out, how the part 2 starts out. Rodriguez is meeting with this character called Death Threat. He's the one with the red mask. Basically, it's just kind of him hiring him and all that. Anyways, back to where we were. Lamar is coming out of Franklin's aunt's house. And then here's Death Threat coming around building across the street and then shoots Lamar. Franklin gets a call later that night about Lamar getting shot. Then Franklin goes to hunt down whoever shot him. Goes to Grove Street, causes mayhem there. Then he goes to Vagos territory down by the beach, attacks them, and then Dave calls and lets him know that he's ready for everything. But you kind of got the basis for Ill-Gotten Gains. I'm going to kind of skip ahead. What happens next is that things go down. Death Threat attacks them while they're doing a heist. Then a heist they're trying to get this like mega EMP. Franklin and them succeed. And then they go to Mount Chiliad to dispose of it. Death Threat attacks. And then part 5 shows Franklin getting attacked and hunted down by police and all that. It's revealed that Devin West is still alive. And then part 6 is the part where was it? Oh yeah. Part 6 shows and at the end of part 4, which is like 30-minute increments in a way, or 15-minute increments, best way I could put it for the Ultimate Edition. But and then Jimmy gets shot at the end, like right after Mount Chiliad. Jimmy gets shot by Death Threat, gets killed. It shows a bunch of Death Threat scenes, kind of giving a little backstory, kind of like psychological stuff. And then it also shows Death Threat attacking police station, taking that over. And yeah, I'm so sorry if this is kind of a bit confusing. I'm doing my best to try and explain this. It's actually 9 minutes in already. That's crazy. But let's see. So it all ends out with a big battle after they get the device. After they lose the device. After it gets into Death Threat's hands and Devin West, there's a big battle of Los Santos. Trevor and Death Threat are going in tanks in downtown, and then it just kind of goes up from there. And then the very last scene of Ill-Gotten Gains, well, not the very last, but like one of the last scenes, shows the Punisher, Frank Castle, chasing down Death Threat, and that's how Death Threat gets sent to prison, setting up for his solo film. So that's how Ill-Gotten Gains goes down. Devin West is killed, finally. and then pretty much right after that, the veteran episode 1 starts, and what happens there is that it's just introducing characters, kind of setting up the plot, and then setting up the plot. Derek finds out that his brother was kidnapped by the Royal Mafia, and he just goes and attacks the pier, which is mentioned in the first episode. Now, it's not too much happens in the first episode, but let's skip to the second episode. The second episode, Derek starts working for a news station. He becomes a reporter and all that, and he gets word of a of someone selling something to the Royal Mafia or something like that. Something's going down. Derek does high-speed chase through that town with this Orlando character. It's kind of a bit of fight. Derek kills Orlando, and then he goes to Los MC because that's where Orlando told him that his brother was. Derek goes to Los MC, attacks him. Turns out that everything that Orlando said was a lie, and then that's pretty much the end of the episode. And then what happens next is just 2 short films, short videos, we can call them, called Rampage and Crewman Madness. There's not really much to tell there. They're just made for fun, but they do play a part. Anyways, episode 3 is more slower. It kind of shows what happens after those 2 short videos, after those 2 events. At the very end of the episode, it shows it ends with a car wreck, in which the episode just ends. Episode 4, Megan gets kidnapped, and basically what just happens here in this episode is Derek hunts the city for her. Now, one thing I do want to explain is that some people has been saying, how did Derek know where Megan was? Derek put a tracking device on Megan, and that was the whole point of that scene where he's down in his lair saying, I found you. Something like that. But you get the gist. Episode 5, it shows the Hogs. They robbed the Pacific Standard Bank. This episode is just more character building, showing what Derek's up to. And, all that. Basically, the Hogs get caught eventually, and the Hogs go to take a vantage point and attack the. One person of the Hogs gets caught. One person, not all of them, just one, and the rest of the 3 attack the armored truck and try to escape. This is when Derek shows up and then basically hunts down them, and that's it. Hunts down them, kills 3 of them, and keeps one alive, and then takes him to his lair. Lester actually, Derek tries to figure out who's the main bad guy, and and then the main bad guy of the, who does the Hogs work for? It turns out at the very end of the episode that it was Lester that was the main bad guy of the episode, in a way. But yeah, and then episode 6, it just reveals that Derek is actually super powered, and just kind of showcasing that. And then at the same time, Derek is hunted down by the police for accidentally killing a police officer. police officer. Sorry, the audio thing just quit out after a 15-minute thing. Okay, let me try to speed this up. I want to try to get this done within 18 minutes. And, well, police officer. And, well, a new character is introduced. What you call it? Chief Nelson, he's introduced. And that's pretty much all that happens in the episode. And also, Luke Lawson, the main reporter guy that hired him, finds out that the veteran's true identity, Derek Winslow. And yeah, in episode 7, Derek goes to a drug deal, tries to stop that, but then the block gets swarmed from the Royal Mafia. Dr. Krat shows up out of nowhere, and then they fight, in which, so far in the flashback scenes, actually I've pretty much kind of explained that. The flashback scenes involve the superpowered stuff, basically. And yeah, there was a kind of big chase. Dr. Krat and someone else is chasing down Derek, and he gets away. That's pretty much the end of that episode. Episode 8, the main goal of that is to get Derek searches for his brother, and yeah, searches for a brother, but he comes across well, in the flashback scenes, Derek and the one man come to Los Santos. They're hunting for Dr. Krat. There's a big highway battle and all that, and that's pretty much it. And then there's under the bridge, they have a fight with Dr. Krat. That guy right there. That's showing right now. That's Victor Knight. But yeah, what happens next is that the whole goal of episode 8 is that Derek basically takes captive of Knight's son, Stanley Knight, and yeah, and then it turns out that Stanley does not like his father, and he's willing to work with Derek. Episode 9, it just shows kind of backstory for the villain, Victor Knight. You know, just kind of backstory to how he became the leader of Royal Mafia, what kind of more into what the Royal Mafia is. And it kind of shows the start of a war between the York crime family, and the Royal Mafia. It just kind of shows that. And then episode 9, it shows. I'm going to stop this clip real quick. Alright, episode 10. This is just basically setting up for episode 11. And yeah. At the end of episode 9, it is revealed to Victor Knight that Derek Winslow is the veteran, and basically episode 11 is the Royal Mafia coming for Derek, and at the end of that, it's just Derek tells them, basically setting up a meeting with Victor Knight for a trade, Stanley for Garrett, and yeah, that's basically that. At the end of episode 10, Han walks into Derek's lair. Episode 11 picks up pretty much right there. Knight agrees to the thing, and then there's some talk with Han and Derek. You know, Derek kind of explains why he's doing what he's doing and all that in a way. And then in the flashback scene, it is revealed that Dr. Krat was the one that made the anti-oxydrone formula that made Derek have superpowers, and kind of explains why William Carson. This is actually the first time that this character right now is playing screen. Well, not him, but Yeah, him in the background, military suit. Yeah. Anyways, but it's actually the first time his name actually gets dropped, but his name is William Carson. Kind of explains why he saved Derek in a way, and then it explains what Dr. Krat is up to, in which he's wanting to sell the anti-oxydrone formula to the highest bidder, and it's also revealed that William Carson works for a military operative, a military thing called Exodus, and yeah. And then later in the episode it is revealed Derek meets with Knight with the help of Stanley and Han. It is revealed that Garrett is dead, and then Derek chases down Knight. And, like, the music I used, it was Lockdown from the Transformers Age of Extinction soundtrack. It was from that. I used that music for it. The main reason for me using that song was kind of captured. I tried my best with capturing his rage. You know that? And yeah, at the end of the episode, Knight and Derek fight, but then Krat intervenes. And then, Krat asks Knight if he should kill Derek. Knight says no, mainly because he's not completely heartless. He's not completely heartless. He decided to let Derek live. Just out of respect in a way. And then they leave. Derek pledges that he's gonna kill Victor Knight and destroy everything he ever loved. And that's pretty much where we are now. This is also setting up for the Grove, in which in episode 9 actually I completely forgot about that. That's in that episode it kind of majorly sets up for the Grove. When the Baller's name is dropped, and yeah. But and my film Ludicrous, where that fits in, that actually fits in between the C episode 22 of the Veteran series and Death Threat Assassins. That's where Ludicrous actually fits in that. Ludicrous is a comedy, but it's also kind of teasing towards Death Threat Assassins. That was kind of, yeah, that's how that worked out. But that's pretty much what I got so far. So the Grove comes out sometime in November. I still have to finish it. I'm not done with it yet. I'm only the fourth way through it. I did have a set release date, which was supposed to be November 4th, but I've been out those 2 weeks that I was out of town, so I haven't been able to film it as much as I wanted to. But the first part of it is done, and I'm a fourth of the way through, practically. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to bringing out these films to everybody. This is a 24-minute video for some reason. Why not, right? But thank you for watching. This is Prodigy Films. I'm looking forward to bringing out all my future content. The last half of season 1, season 2 of The Veteran, and season 3 of The Veteran, and I might exactly share how many seasons of The Veteran is. For phase 1, there's only going to be 3. I know that. I'm thinking about doing 2 more seasons after that. Somewhere in phase 3, I'm not sure. I shouldn't be thinking that far. I'm just trying to get this whole series thought out, set up. I might